Good morning. Now we are here at John 4 verses 1 to 10, New International Version, goes as follows. 1. Now Jesus learned that the Pharisees had heard that he was gaining and baptizing more disciples than John. 2. Although in fact it was not Jesus who baptized, but his disciples. 3. So he left Judea and went back once more to Galilee. For now he had to go through Samaria. 5. So he came to a town in Samaria called Sychar, near the plot of ground Jacob had given to his son Joseph. 6. Jacob's well was there, and Jesus, tired as he was from the journey, sat down by the well. It was about noon. 7. When a Samaritan woman came to draw water, Jesus said to her, "Will you give me a drink?" 8. His disciples had gone into the town to buy food. 9. The Samaritan woman said to him, "You are a Jew and I am a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink?" For Jews do not associate with Samaritans. 10. Jesus answered her, "If you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him and he would have given you living water." To expound. This passage is part of a larger story known as the encounter of Jesus with the Samaritan woman at the well. It starts with Jesus leaving Judea for Galilee and choosing to go through Samaria, a region typically avoided by Jews due to deep-seated cultural and religious animosity. In the heat of the day, Jesus, tired from his journey, rests at Jacob's well in the town of Sychar. Here, he encounters a Samaritan woman coming to draw water and asks her for a drink, which was considered taboo due to the aforementioned cultural and religious reasons. The woman, surprised by this request, questions Jesus, pointing out the well-known divide between Jews and Samaritans. Jesus responds with a cryptic but profound statement, telling her about living water, which he implies he can provide. This term, living water, is not immediately understood by the woman but is a metaphor Jesus uses often in his teachings. In this context, the living water represents the spiritual sustenance and eternal life offered through his teachings and, ultimately, his sacrifice. The encounter is important in several ways. First, it shows Jesus crossing significant social and cultural barriers, gender, religion, and ethnicity, to engage with the Samaritan woman. Second, it introduces the theme of living water as a metaphor for the spiritual sustenance only Jesus can provide. Finally, it sets the stage for the remainder of the conversation between Jesus and the Samaritan woman, which further illuminates his identity as the Messiah and his inclusive message of salvation.